There is a world-renowned marriage counselor named John Gottman, and John Gottman has been studying marriages his entire career. That's all he does, is study marriages. He has a whole team of people that studies them. And he claims that he can predict whether or not a couple is going to get divorced with a 91% accuracy rate within the first 10 minutes of meeting them if they show the signs of fruitless fighting.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to know what those signs are?
That's pretty amazing.
Scientifically proven that if you show all these signs, your marriage is in trouble. Well, the first sign is what we call harsh startup. Harsh startup means we need to talk. The harsh startup is you did it again. The harsh startup is beginning the conversation already abruptly, already negatively, and already with a hostile attitude.
That makes sense.
Well, the next sign is actually four things. Gottman calls it the four horsemen. It's defensiveness, contempt, which we've already talked about, criticism, and stonewalling. Those are the four horsemen that together make up the next sign of divorce. Now, what is stonewalling? Stonewalling, which is when one person in the couple is just not responding. Stonewalling is, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Maybe looking out the window, you're having a conversation, but they're not looking at you. They're not really telling you how you feel, how they feel. You don't really know what's going on inside of them. Appears like that person doesn't even care.
Right.
The next sign is very much related to the previous four. It's called flooding. Flooding is when you have so many feelings that you can't even speak them. So they're so flooded with feelings, they can't tell you how they feel. It's not that they don't have a feeling. They've got so many, they can't pick one. And flooding is very dangerous because it leads to the next sign. The next sign is physiological distress. If you've been allowing the conflict in your marriage to go on for so long, the anger to not get resolved for so long, you're going to start having physical problems. You're going to start having ulcers, backaches, neck aches. You're going to start drinking more. You're going to start having physiological problems. You're going to start failing from the inside. The last two signs of marriages that are in distress that leads towards divorce are bad memories and failed repair attempts. What does bad memories mean? What it means is you interpret history negatively. You're only remembering the negative things from the past. It's like, yeah, I remember our wedding. Yeah, he was late. He was late to that. He's still late today. You forget all the good things and you remember all the bad things. You're reinterpreting history negatively. Bad memories, bad sign, leading to bad things in your relationship. And the last thing is failed repair attempts. This is really critical. Everybody fights. Even good marriages fight. Fighting in a marriage is not a problem. The problem is, what are you going to do about it? And the really critical thing is to be able to repair what you did.
Right.
Fighting isn't a problem. Not being able to repair it is. And repair attempts can be simple. It can be as simple as coming to a common understanding. It can be as simple as communicating that you're on the same side. But you've got to have the ability to get back on the beam. You've got to have the ability to get back on track again. You've got to have the ability to repair. Most marriages never really solve their problems. Yeah, I know, that's sad news, but it's true. Gottman has discovered this, that you will spend most of your marriage fighting about the same issues over and over and over again. You're never going to see child rearing the same way. You're never going to see your in-laws the same way. You're never going to manage money the same way. You're never going to do lots of things the same way. You'll come to a common enough agreement to live with the difference between the two of you. But for most things that you fight about, you never do come to a common understanding of them. So why do people fight? You fight because you want to be connected. You feel disconnected and you're fighting to be reconnected. You think you're fighting about money, you think you're fighting about her parents, but you're not. You're fighting because I need to feel connected to you and I don't. And if you feel reconnected to each other, then the subject that you're fighting about doesn't become as important. In psychology, we say the thing is never the thing. And what I mean by that is you think you're fighting about something, you're not. You're fighting about whether or not we feel connected. And once we do feel connected, the thing all of a sudden doesn't seem so important.
He posted this video 9 years ago. And I think had a lot of people seeing this, you know, getting married and seeing this a long time ago, it'll help them. I think that last thing that he said, which was failing to fix the problem out of the 9 things, I think that's like the most important. Somebody got to give up their pride to make sure that y'all end on a good note, even if y'all disagree. You know, somebody got to give that up. And I think we all have a problem with that at some point in time. But, you know, I think this is a jewel right here, for sure.
Honestly, the amount of white dudes with Thai women that are waiting to board international flights, it's an absurdity. It is crazy. Like, half of the couples in this airport right now are beautiful Thai women with super basic white dudes.
Let me use a liberal argument. Well, why do you care? Does it affect your life? And the fact is, these white men understand that if they want to get feminine women, they're going to find it in Asian women.
Most men are leaving out the country to go find a wife or to go find somebody. And I think it's plenty of women here in United States, in America, that will be that feminine woman. It's just that it's just a different type of environment. I don't necessarily think these men are bad for going out of the country looking for a wife. Some of them might just can't handle the women that's here in America, and I don't blame them. You know, I even get tired at that point. At some point in time, most men probably get tired, but I think it's a lot of good women here in America that still want to be feminine and is feminine. It's just got to play a whole different role with the environment that they in versus the environment that they in over there.
Apologize for being late. My wife just died. All right, we've got a lot on the agenda today, so let's begin. And yes, Matthew?
Ted, I'm so sorry. I mean, your wife.
Yeah, well, as you might expect, the pain's unlike anything I've ever experienced before, but we've got a lot to do today, so let's keep moving, okay? Maura, next question. Jim?
Ask what happened to Janie and me?
Jim, what happened was she died. It was a car accident. We can't just bring the entire nation to a halt because of it.
Do you need anyone to talk to or someone to help you with anything?
People, this subject is not on the agenda today. Believe me, there's nothing I'd like more than to drop down behind this podium and weep. But I can't do this. Why? Because I'm a grown man, I've got a job to do, and so do you. So I'm going to take one more question on the matter of my wife, and then we're moving on, okay? Wilson?
Have you told Bobby and Megan yet?
Well, the children were in the car with their mother at the time. They're at Georgetown University Hospital. Bobby's in a coma, and Megan lost her leg.
This can't be real. This can't be real at all. This got to be a skit. It's more to being a man than just working. Being a man also means you there for your family and you there for emotional and physical support as well. You know, and I know in this day and time in this world, like, we got to work 10 times harder or whatever it may be. But at the same time, we got more insight about things that's with our mental health and our physical health. So take care of yourself, because that job will replace you just like that.
Many of you blow relationships with quality men because you don't know how to be in a committed, faithful relationship. You don't know how to turn the TV off. You don't know how to shut down all other outside attention from men and just focus on one man. So you're always keeping all your doors open, all your options open, so you never really have time to bond with this man. And he's into you, talking to you, dealing with you. Men are not that complicated. When we choose somebody, we choose because we're trying to get on down the road and build and do life. But you still got 11 million things, all these different things. And you guys are talking back and forth, dealing with one another. And then all of a sudden, your pattern starts to change. And he's like, well, wait a minute. We were jump roping like this, and now your pattern is a little bit off. He starts to notice something. And you ever notice that when you ladies cheat, you never just cheat and break up? You always have, so you're leaving one man going directly to another because you've been cheating all along. And it's time that we start being honest about female infidelity. You ladies are cheaters.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
I'm going to give y'all 2 to the side. I'm out.